Okay, so that brings us to number 3 on the list, which is incorrectly accounting for transfers between bank accounts. Like the first two examples, incorrectly handling of these transactions can result in overstated income and expenses. They can lead to the same types of issues we already discussed, but the main point I'm trying to drive home is that these mistakes cause bad information, making it harder for you to try to run a business. So let's go ahead and get them corrected. Now, from my experience, miscategorized transfers can be tricky to catch. The reason for that is because a deposit in one account is an expense to the other. They're going to be the same dollar amounts, and when you're trying to go and reconcile these accounts, even if it's added as a deposit on one account and an expense as another, and they're not tied to each other, you can't tell the difference. What will end up happening is it's going to inflate your numbers on your profit and loss by the same amount. So if your deposits or sales go up by $75 and your expenses go up $75, it's not necessarily going to change your bottom line, but it is going to inflate those numbers, which is still a problem. It's not accurate. We can fix it by just linking the transfer so QuickBooks knows that it's just moving the funds from one account to the other. One way to catch these transactions is sometimes QuickBooks will classify them as uncategorized expenses and add uncategorized income on the profit and loss statement. So let's go ahead and pull up a profit and loss and see what we got. As you can see, our profit and loss statement contains both of these accounts. We have uncategorized income and uncategorized expenses. Now let's go ahead and start with the uncategorized income and see what's inside. Okay, so we can see we have two transactions here. We have a deposit and a credit card credit. Now right now we're looking for a transfer, so we don't need to worry about the credit card credit. Now, let's go ahead and click on the deposit, see what we can find. Okay, so we have an account, uncategorized income, we have a description, we have a transfer from 3078 for $275. Okay, so this is looking like a transfer that was probably added. Let's see what the online banking match says. Okay, so we're saying this is a credit, $275, transfer from 3078. Okay, so this does appear to be a deposit that was just straight added from the banking feed. I'm pretty confident that's what's going on. We could just come over here and delete the transaction, but this is only half of the transfer, so let's go back to the profit and loss and see if we can find the other half. We'll close out the bank deposit, go back to the report summary, which is just the profit and loss statement. All right, and then we'll come down here to the uncategorized expense. Let's drill down there. Okay, so we can see we have one item in here, an expense. Let's click on it and see if we can get a little more information. Okay, so we have an uncategorized expense. We have a transfer to 3086. It's coming from checking 3078, just like the other part of the transaction was saying. It's an online banking match, so what's happened here is this is just an expense that was added straight from the bank feed, not linked to any other transaction. So it is going to be safe to go ahead and delete both sides of this transfer. They're just going to end up right back in the bank feed, so it's safe to delete them. Okay, so we get the expense deleted. We'll go back to the profit and loss statement. Okay, then we'll come back in here to the uncategorized income. We will go to the deposit. We're going to go ahead and delete this transaction, get it back to the bank feed. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our banking screen. Okay, we have one transaction in each of these accounts. Now, QuickBooks is not going to automatically match these transactions because it doesn't know any better. All it knows is that we have money leaving one account and money coming in the other account. They just happen to be the same amount. So what we're going to do, and it doesn't matter which account you start with, it's going to be the same process. You can click on the transaction. We are going to record transfer. Now, right now we have the checking 3078 account selected, so we are going to transfer to checking 3086. So we're going to hit the drop down. We're going to find 3086, and we're going to record transfer. Okay, then we're going to jump over here to 3086, and there you can see QuickBooks now realizes we're just transferring funds from one account to the other. We are going to click match, and that is how you fix a transfer that was added incorrectly into QuickBooks.